food. Let's head to Mr. Bell for a Bell's Book Blurb.
Hello students, as you know, each week I will share about a chapter in this book. We've been doing the 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens, and this chapter is actually one of my favorite chapters. I probably say that a fair amount of the time, but it's because they're good chapters. But this week's chapter is on being proactive. And I've shared with some students what proactive is. Most of the time when I ask a student, what does being proactive mean? Usually they don't know. So I want to explain that to you. Being proactive is being able to anticipate what is going to happen and make decisions that are going to be successful in that situation. So, for example, if I'm playing basketball and I'm on a fast break and I'm the middle person and I'm going to pass to the person on the wing, I don't want to pass to where they are now because by the time the ball gets there, they'll be gone. So I pass to where they're going. So I'm anticipating, hey, the person on the wing is going to be running down the side and cutting towards the basket. I want to pass to where they're going so that the ball will be when they arrive there so they can do a layup. That's being proactive, anticipating what's coming so I can prepare. So with being proactive, one thing that's really powerful about being under the category of being proactive in this book is one of my favorite analogies that I use all the time, and that's the circle of control or the area of influence. I'll use both terms. But the idea here, these circles that you see on this board right here talk about that is, first of all, is your area of control. Those are the things that you have complete control over in your life. And I would say you have hundreds of decisions that you make in a day that are in your control. You also have hundreds of decisions that you choose not to do things that are also in your control. And that's important to know because we like to have freedom in our choices. And then we have things of influence that we try to influence people. I'm trying to influence you right now to make good decisions and to focus on what's in your control by teaching this to you. So we try to influence each other around us. And then there's things that aren't in our control and they're also not in our influence. And the more we don't put energy towards this, the happier we're going to be because we don't have control or influence over it. If I get overly focused on the weather, for example, I don't have any control or influence over that. But if I remember where my control ends, so if I remember that I have control over me, I'm the only person in my world that I have control over. I have influence over lots of people that I try to be a positive influence for, but I only have control over me. So if you can remember that you only have control over yourself, and it's okay to recognize you're trying to influence someone else. For example, if someone around you is thinking of making a bad decision, you try to encourage them to make a good decision, that's in your influence. You can't make them make that decision, but you can try to influence them. And if you remember where your control ends and theirs begins, that will help you not to fall into traps of getting overly angry with people, trying to control them through violence or through aggression. When we try to fight someone or try to intimidate them by threatening them, we're trying to control another person, and we never want to control someone else. That's getting into an area that's harmful towards others. So please remember to focus on what you have control over, and also having awareness of where you're influencing and where your influence ends and someone else's control begins. And if you follow that, I think you'll be balanced, helps you be happier, and also not waste energy on things that aren't going to have an impact because you don't have control over it. So enjoy this week. Let's do our best. Thanks.